And you want to be careful when you stir. Another hint is to point the mouth of the cup away from you. That way, if you have any splashing, it actually doesn't hit you. So you want to make sure that the borax actually dissolves in the water. Oh wow, this video is already pretty long. Sorry about that, guys. All right, and you're gonna want it to look kind of milky. So it's gonna be like a watery milk. I would show it to you, but again, it just looks like an opaque, milky-ish kind of color. Once you get that, you're good to go. All right, so that is the first 2 steps kind of. Now the next thing I did was, and I actually mix it with the spoon, but you should mix it with the popsicle stick. I use the spoon for the first 2 steps, but I use a popsicle stick for the rest. So the next thing you want to do, I recommend just popping the cap on this thing and just like doing that. Like you got to be careful obviously, but since the instructions don't really specify the amount of glue, it doesn't matter too much. Like the way I do is you just put a glob of glue. Give me the glob of glue. All right, anyways, if you watch The Office, you know what I'm saying. Where's the glob of glue? Anyways, so you're gonna want to mix that in. Good thing. Oh, I'm not using the popsicle. God. All right, popsicle stick. There you go. You want to mix that in. Now you want to put the glue to the side since you're done. And again, the whole point of this experiment is that you guys try out different ratios of different things. Now, you only have 3 ratios of water to borax or borax to water that you can use, but everything else, like the cornstarch and the glue, do whatever you want. Like you have plenty of glue, you have a whole lot of cornstarch, so let your imagination run wild. Now, after the glue, I recommend doing the cornstarch, and as you can see, it's like a little paper bag, and so you just put the spoon in there. I didn't put too much, but this is a bigger ball that I'm creating, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put like 1 big spoon. Again, this is the big spoon, not the little spoon. And I think the whole point of the cornstarch is to like suck up all the liquid. So I think it is a little important. Since I put a little more water in there, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little more, just a tad. And as you can see, this is the big spoon, not the little spoon, right? This is a teaspoon. This is, I don't know what this is. Tablespoon, I would assume. Okay, and I'll put that to the side. And now it is important that we start mixing. And you'll notice, or at least I noticed, that it's not like everything just comes together into a ball. It's really just like a little milky water around like a clump, and that clump is really the glue that you dropped. And so I would recommend, if you're doing like a bigger ball, you want to put a little more glue, because the glue is literally like what the ball is made of. I think the other ingredients serve to make it bouncy. So the more glue you put in, obviously, you don't want to put in too much water, or else it's not going to work. But yeah, the glue is definitely the body of the ball. And so you want to go ahead and mix it in until it gets a little like firm. So you don't want to tear through the glue, okay? So don't be too hard on it. Just mix it in, make sure it's looking good. I'm actually can't see super well. So yeah, now it's definitely looking like milk, except you don't want to drink this milk. This will give you worse problems than lactose ever will. All right, so you want to mix it for like 10-15 seconds, maybe 20 if you're feeling generous. And now, so I would pour it out, but since I put in more water and more borax, specifically more water, it's going to be very liquidy. So what you want to do is go ahead, leave the popsicle stick. I'm grabbing the spoon. It's just a little, spoon is made to scoop, so I'm going to go ahead and scoop that thing. You want to scoop the clump. right? You want to scoop the clump. You don't want all that milky water mess, right? You just want that clump. And you're gonna go ahead, just plop it down. Here, I'm gonna move it back so y'all can see it a little better. So this was my first one, and as you can see, this one's a little bigger. In hindsight, I would recommend, if you want it to be bigger, I don't think the borax in the water is exactly what makes it bigger. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's really the glue, since the glue is the mass. Now, right now, you don't want to waste too much time because this glue is gonna start hardening and it'll be harder to shape because it just won't mix as well. And I learned that in the last one too. So you're gonna get your gloves. Hopefully they're not Ziploc bags. That's definitely, it would help to have, actual gloves. And you're gonna just go ahead, and it's like playing with Play-Doh, right? Almost, but it's like a weird, like watery, like not Jello, Play-Doh. And you're gonna want to shape it into a ball. You can actually, I don't know if this works, but like I've been blowing out a little bit to like dry it off because you don't want it to be super watery. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Basically, this kind of rubs off some of the liquid, right? You don't want to, when you buy a Bouncy ball from the store, it doesn't come with like a pack of like water with it, right? It's a solid thing. And obviously this isn't gonna be like a store-bought one. I mean, we're making this at home. But as you can see, this one's pretty firm, bounces quite easily. So like really you just wanna give it a little time to dry off. So if you had gloves, it would be a lot easier, but that's on me. And so mine is still a little soft, and I think that's because I put a little too much water in. Again, I wasn't really thinking straight. I was just trying to see, like triple the ingredient, triple the ball, but I didn't put triple the glue. So like, that's on me. Yeah. So I would say that whatever your glue amount is for one serving, if you want to make it a bigger one, go ahead and put more glue. All right. So I think it's kind of shaped into a ball. Now these things aren't going to be a perfect ball. I'll tell you that. Like, unless you like have insane like skills unless you're a great sculptor and can make a sphere, or sculptresses, yeah, so I think this is good. It's not a circle, but it's a clump. Looks like a ravioli or a what's that called? All right, I'll say it later. My brain is, I'm having a brain fart right now. But yeah, as you can see, this is my number 2, and I went ahead and took my gloves off because I'm not going to be touching it just now. I'm going to let it have a little more time to dry. So this is the first one. As you can see, it is a little smaller than the second one. And now I just want to review the key points in this, the key points to me. So definitely safety first. So you want to have some protective eyewear, and you want to have something to protect your hands, because this is made out of borax, or it doesn't have borax and glue. So glue can stick to you and to everything around you, and it's annoying. You don't want glue on you. And second, borax is a cleaning chemical, so it can irritate your skin. So, you don't want that borax to be on you for too long. So I highly recommend getting gloves or something to protect your hand, preferably a plastic. That way it doesn't stick. Like if you use gloves like the ones you wear during the winter because your hands are cold, that's not recommended. It's gonna stick to you. Definitely a plasticky substance like a plastic Ziploc bag, or just the gloves they make you wear because of Corona, right? Second, what I learned is you want to make the cup always pointing away from you, because I actually got a little stuff on my shorts. I guess they'll be clean now, but that's not preferable. And of course, you want to make sure you remember the order in which we did this, and that would be to get the borax with the little spoon, with the teaspoon first, and then get the water. That way you don't have to draw off your spoon, and it's just faster. That's just a little tip. And I want to point out some flaws in my experimentation. I don't know if some of you saw. So I did not wear the gloves when I was mixing the ingredients. Now that is not the end of the world, but it is preferable to have gloves. The only reason I didn't do it is because those bags I would probably end up knocking something over because of those bags, and I only really use it to form it. Second of all, what did I do wrong? Oh yeah, I pointed the cup at myself. I was like this, right? And so that's why when I was, mixing it, it came at me, and like, you don't want that. I mean, I had protective eyewear, so like, even if it hit, I would have been fine. But, that is not preferable. And second of all, the most important part of this, I did not design it. Like, I did not follow the design process that we talked about in class today. I just went right in. And of course, I mean, I did set it up, but I did not walk through the design process with you. And so that's something we're gonna like lean on you. And hopefully next time if I make a video, I'll do that with y'all too. I kind of winged it. And of course, I'd already done it once, so, it's a little different. But I would highly recommend brainstorming and trying to maybe draw out the steps, because even though I didn't draw it out, I definitely did. I was like, maybe I'll put the borax in first. It was just, I gave myself some mental notes, and I think the process went pretty well. The first time I did it in like less than 10 minutes. Obviously this is longer because I'm talking and, I haven't stopped talking. So yeah, now I'm just gonna test that ball. I want to see how it bounces, hopefully y'all want to see it too. So now it has hardened a little bit. It is still a little soft compared to my first one. The first one is still firm, as you can see. Oh, that nice, went on my laptop. That is amazing. But I think that if I gave this a little more time to air, and if I put a little less water, maybe a tad more borax, and maybe a little more cornstarch, it might have come out a little harder. And so, if it's hard, it'll probably bounce a little more. So we're gonna go ahead and check this thing out. I'm gonna grab my other glove, not make that mistake again. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and bounce it, hopefully. And as you can see, the malleability of my ball, of my second try, absorbed some of the momentum or some of the strength that I put into it. And I don't know if you heard it, but it kind of like smacked into it, and I think it flattened one of the parts. So I think my first try was a little better. I did follow, the actual, the serving size. So I would recommend trying to do it the way we say first and then experimenting. And I definitely am going to try to get a bigger ball with more bounce that I can show y'all on either Thursday or Saturday. So once again, sorry for the length of the video. I just want to make sure I get everything, or as much as possible. And I hope y'all have a beautiful day. And I hope y'all have a lot of fun. Again, remember, gloves, protective eyewear, and a plastic bag or something like that to protect the area in which you're working. All right, guys, I hope y'all stay safe, and I hope y'all have a lot of fun, and I will see you on Thursday, and I will see you on Saturday. Peace.